Hey guys, so today is Sunday, July 31st, and we are still sitting at the terminal waiting to go into the shop. I said that we were going to start a PSD video and also TNT, and I have my friend William here.
Hey folks.
And he was actually in the PSD training program with me. We did the accelerated night program, and what that is they keep you here at the terminal to do your training. They teach you backing and your pre-trip and what else was there? The backing, the pre-trip, and they also...
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
All I know is it saved an awful lot of time, because usually you go out with an instructor for 10,000 miles. So we were able to shave that off by going through the night school.
Yeah. Doing the accelerated night program, it credited us 10,000 miles because technically you have to complete 40,000 miles. So anyways, so I wanted to talk a little bit about how that went. Like I said, James and our PSD was different. I stayed here and he was actually out on the road. So anyways, William here is here to upgrade, and I thought it would be really cool to have him in the video as well, because we went through the whole PSD together. So basically what they have you do is it's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I mean, sometimes it was cut off a little earlier. You go out to the pad at the terminal, and they have different Hey guys, sorry that one cut off. But like I was saying, when you are out there on the pad, they have different groups, really depending on how many people they have. They split you up, and a few people will be on one truck doing pre-trip, and then they'll have the other group doing backing, and then the group who does backing that night will go on a drive through pretty much through the city, which is a good experience. It teaches you the downshifting a lot because of the stoplights and everything. So anyways, when we were doing PSD, they actually had us training on flatbed, which is what William is doing. He's in the flatbed division. I'm in the reefer division, so it was a little different going from PSD to TNT. So now apparently they are training everybody on reefer. So anyways, I figured I would let William kind of talk about like how his experience went, of course, because everybody's different. Everybody learned differently and went through different phases differently. So anyways, of course this is probably going to be a 2-part video, maybe even 3. I hope not. So I hope I don't bore you guys, but anyway, so here is William, and he can kind of talk about what he went through and how his experience was.
Well, I just completed 40,000 miles of the TNT portion of the training, and I team drove with, I had a co-driver who was my trainer, and we did 40,000 dispatch miles to the truck. And it was really interesting, but I'm on flatbed, so we delivered to a lot of crazy places. Like we delivered lumber to Amish people in the middle of nowhere. Probably the coolest thing delivery that I made was to a solar panel farm. A farm as far as the eyes can see. It was all solar panels, and we delivered metal extrusions, like the metal that's used to make the panels. And we had to travel about 15 miles down a dirt road, over cattle guard crossings. Cattle was loose, you know, out on the road. Sometimes we'd stop and have to wait for the herd to pass, or we'd honk the horn. It was quite an adventure. And we went over mountains, you know, desert mountains, no trees or anything, just barren as far as you could see. And then one mountain we climbed over and came down, and it was, like I say, those solar panels as far as the eye could see. We do a lot of steel coils, lumber. We got stuck in the Northeast. We did a lot of running out of northern Pennsylvania to either Washington, Utah, or Oregon. Beautiful country up there. The weather was really nice, and we got to even pull out some pre-winter wear, like long sleeve t-shirts and whatnot. I really enjoyed it. Yesterday, coming back in, I was on what I thought was the final delivery. We were delivering to a little town just south of Little Rock, and the trainer and I were deadheading back to just shagging an empty trailer after making that delivery back to the yard here in Springfield, all excited we were going to get in at 12 noon, and we get a phone call asking us, can you please go pick up this coil and drag it up to the Springfield yard here, and another driver would take it on to Kentucky. So nothing like working to the very last possible moment. 10:30 last night, we pull in the yard. The day totally did not turn out like we thought it would. We weren't in a very celebrating mood or anything. We had to untarp, get our tarps off and all of our securement equipment, and then put what they call yard tarps. So these really crazy Mardi Gras looking tarps, pink, orange, and purple, on top of the coil. So we couldn't just leave it out in the weather. It's raining here in Springfield now. So anyway, worked to the very last possible moment, got over to Prime's employee hotel for drivers, Campus Inn, about a mile from here, and I spent the next 2 hours moving out of the truck. And you think, moving out of the truck, how much stuff can you have? Well, I tell you, after 9.5 weeks on the road, and I have no inner monologue when it comes to when payday rolls around, we would go to Walmart and I would end up buying lots of junk, clothes and stuff. But anyway, it was a great experience. I had a great trainer. None of the horror stories that we heard when we were PSD students going through night school. You know, we would always hear these conversations out around the ashtray, around the driver's lounge. People would talk about the horrible trainers they had and the disgusting things that went on, and my story wasn't like that at all. I had a great guy for a trainer, and he was really knowledgeable. He was a lease operator, and I am going lease. I'm here to upgrade this week. I'm going through upgrade lease orientation, and he was very knowledgeable and taught me a lot about Prime's leasing program, and I'm excited. I'm glad it's all behind me. Today I had to take my very last test. During this upgrade program, you get on the simulator and do a backing test, and I scored a 99. I was the last student to leave the simulator room. Took me forever to do it, but by God, I did it. That's what's important.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so basically, he was kind of talking about TNT and how that went for him. The leasing part, which is, I don't know why I'm so bright. The leasing part, which is what he's doing, is kind of new to us. Like I've said before, we do plan on going lease. Right now we're just company. So of course that's probably going to be another video that I do, is the difference between company and lease. So anyways, so like I was saying, PSD, it goes for about, what, a week? What was it, a week and a half that we were out there?
It really depends. We started within a day or so of each other. I think I went 8 or 9 school nights. They didn't have it every single night.
Yeah.
Like on weekends they didn't. And if it rained and there was lightning, remember they shut the pad down, so that extended it longer. Yeah.
Yeah, so it really just depends on the weather, of course, because they have you outside, and if there's any kind of storms or lightning or anything, they'll take you off the pad and put you in the simulator lab all night, which kind of sucks because it gets kind of boring.
It's like they don't want to hear me say this, but it's like a video game, an arcade game. And I was one of the people that it kind of affects in a negative way. I got really bad vertigo, and there's huge screens beside you, and I mean, to me, I felt like I was hitting everything. I had no depth perception or anything. And
yeah, and like I've said before, as in another video that I did, the simulator is not very similar to a real truck. It gives you an idea, but like he said, like William said, there are screens in front of you. There's actually one screen in front of you, and then there's another screen to either side of you. So a lot of people would get dizzy. Some people would get sick. So there was times that people had to sit out all night and just sit there and kind of relax and go over their pre-trip. So it really just depends. And then
I think, Amber, the good thing about the simulator is we students aren't getting in a real truck and just tearing up the transmission, you know, because it teaches you, you're able to practice a lot on your shifting, skip shifting down and up, and it has its good points.
Yeah, so that's another good part. I've said it before that the simulator helped me kind of get used to the shifting part of it. Oh, I don't know why that's so bright. It got me used to the shifting part of it because I was nervous about getting into a truck and tearing it up, because I was really new at 10 speed. Like, I knew how to do, drive standard cars or whatever. So anyways, so the night class lasted for me about, I think, 10 days. It was for me. I know another girl was there for like 2.5, 3 weeks. So it really just depends on how you learn, how fast you can learn, and all that good stuff. So PSD, once that's done, you test out. You get you test out for your CDL driver's license, and once that happens, then of course when they test you out, you can either test out. You'll do, I think, one backing maneuver. You'll drive around the city.
Around Springfield, yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll
do your pre-trip.
You'll do your pre-trip. I forget which ones I did. I think I did the in-cab, the lights, the exterior lights, and coupling. So it really just depends on really what they pick you to do. So anyway, when you pass, then you'll get put on a truck with a TNT driver. So that is another subject, is how our PSD training differed from what James went through. Because James, once we finished our safety class or whatever, he automatically got a call from his trainer, and he went out on the road, PSD and TNT, with the same trainer. So I guess in my next video we will have James explain how PSD and TNT went for him. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.